That's okay.
Mine has this black.
Yeah, so this is the hat that I wear on fires. So it's got my name on it, and it's white because I'm the chief. Well, it was white. It's not as white as it once was because fire, to be completely honest with you guys. So I like my hat very much, and this hat is designed to protect me. And like I said, I'm very grateful that I have it, and it helps, like I said, protect my head when there's a fire. So, Fire Prevention Week. It's very important that we talk about some fire safety things to make sure that we remember them all year round. Okay? Because
I know that you can do sand with other fights because I want to know about fire.
Yes. Yep. There are like big wildland fires. They don't use water. They use dirt and sand and all sorts of other things to stop the fire because there's just not enough water to put those big wildfires out. We're pretty fortunate we don't have those around here, thank goodness. So we do have brush fires and wildland fires, but they're not nearly as big as they get out west. So we have different equipment and different tools because the job is a little bit different depending on where you live. But it's very important for you guys to know that what number we call if there's an emergency. 911. Very good. We call 911 if there's an emergency. 911 will get you guys the fire department, it'll get you the ambulance, or it'll get you the police officer. Anytime there's any type of an emergency, okay, they will send the right people to help you. Or if they don't know who to send, they will send us. And that happens quite a bit because sometimes some weird things happen and they don't know who to send, so they send the fire department. So, like the other day, we had a cat that got caught in a motorized recliner chair. And we had to extricate the cat out and then go to the vet and cut the pieces off. And the cat's doing fine. I just talked to his owner the other day. So it was absolutely crazy. Anyway, so we call 911 if there's an emergency, but we need to make sure that it truly is an emergency, all right? We don't want to practice calling 911. We don't want to call 911 for fun. That's only for emergencies. Because the last thing we want to do is block up that line and have other friends not be able to call if they have an emergency. Okay? So, if we're at home and we hear the smoke alarm go off, or we see smoke, we see smoke, or we smell smoke, okay? That means it's time to get out of the house, doesn't it?
And I'm trying 911.
Yep, and once we get out, we call 911, but first we've got to get out safely. In order to do that, we drop down low to the ground, right? That bad smoke goes up, so good kids go down. We get down low and we crawl low in smoke. And we crawl all the way out of the house. Once we get out of the house, then we call 911. We need to make sure that we get together with our families so we know that everybody's out safe. It's good to have a meeting place. Make sure that when you get outside, everybody goes to the same spot, so your whole family knows that everybody got out okay. All right. Sometimes, in certain situations, it's difficult to get out. So we, as the fire department, have to come in and rescue you. So in order to do that, we wear special equipment to keep us safe while we're trying to get you guys safe. One of those pieces of equipment is this mask that I'm holding. Right? I'm going to put this mask on and show you guys. It looks a little bit funny, but it's not scary, right? It's just a firefighter wearing his protective mask. Okay? That's not scary at all, is it? Now, when I have this mask on, I have to talk a little bit louder because I have all this plastic in front of my mouth. When we come in, we're going to be yelling to you guys. Fire department, is anybody in here? It's your guys' job to yell back. I'm over here, I'm over here. Okay? I want to practice that, and we can use our outside voices because we're outside, aren't we? Okay? So nice and loud. You ready? Fire department, anybody in here?
Say, I'm over here, I'm over here.
Yell loud.
It's okay, yell. Say, I'm over here.
Yeah, very good. That's exactly what we need to do to make sure that we can find you guys and get you out safe, okay? Don't stop yelling until we get to you, all right? Don't hide in the closet. Don't hide under the bed. You can't hide from fire, all right? Stay low to the ground. Call for help, and we'll come in and get you, all right? What do we do if our clothes catch on fire? Does anybody know? Well, that will be true after the fire is out. Okay? I'm not worried about getting new clothes yet. I'm worried about how we put the fire out that's on our clothes right now. So, okay, we need to stop what we're doing, drop down to the ground, cover our face, and then roll back and forth side to side. All right? That's when we're going to put the fire out. Then, once we're safe and there's no more fire, then we can talk to mom and dad about getting new clothes for the ones that just got ruined. Okay? All right. Behind me is our ladder truck, 1341.
Is this a sudden sign that you pull it so you use that ladder to get up?
Absolutely. That ladder will go 79 feet in the air. Okay? So, that allows us to get up to tall places. It allows us to get to places that are kind of far away. So if there's a building, like a big building that's on fire, we don't want the truck too close to the building because we don't want the truck to catch on fire. This allows us, at the very end, see on the end of the ladder, see that big black nozzle hanging off the end? That's a huge squirt gun. So we can put that up and we can spray water. That'll fire 1,500 gallons a minute. You guys have seen a gallon of milk, right? Okay. So picture that as water. 1,500 of those every minute will come out of the end of that nozzle. So that helps us put a lot of fire out very quickly. So the ladder is actually designed to where it's in rescue mode right now. So as that ladder goes up, that nozzle actually stays halfway down the ladder. And the reason for that is if we go in and we need to do a rescue, that ladder will go all the way out to where we need to go. The nozzle stays in the middle and it puts water beneath the ladder, so as we're carrying victims out, it protects all of us. And we store it in rescue mode because rescue mode is a life safety issue, and so that would be the quickest thing we would need to do. It's got all of our equipment on it and then some. We carry everything that we would need all the time because we never know what the call is going to be or where the call is going to be or when the call is going to happen. So we have to be ready all the time. Like right now, we're one person short today on shift. So I'm actually, if we get a call, I'm going to go with this truck. I'm going to have to leave here to go help because I've got a lot of the equipment out here showing impact. So, all right. So call 911. Stop, drop, cover your face and roll if you're ever on fire. When you get out, we stay out. We don't ever go back into a burning building for toys or anything illegal. Very, very important. Yell loud to the firefighters. Stay safe. We'll come get you. Okay? Have a meeting place when you get outside. All right.
But what if the firefighters don't hear that?
We'll find you. That's our job. Okay? We won't stop yelling. We won't stop looking until we find you. Okay?
Does anybody have any questions?
What's on my belly? What's on my belly? Are you talking about this? Or this? This is my radio. Hey, let's see it. Let's do what he said. $13.94, $13.90 on 1300. So, this is the radio we use to talk to each other. This is the radio that we... Hey, Lieutenant Nelson, would you say hello to McMillan Elementary class for me, please?
Hi guys.
They all say hello. Thank you very much, Lieutenant. So he's all the way at our station in Whitehall. So Lieutenant Nilsson is actually from Sweden. So he doesn't like to talk on the radio. But he's at the station covering today. And like I said, he's a lieutenant and he is in charge of all of our equipment. So he does so much cool stuff around the station, plus runs calls and does all those other things. He's an awesome firefighter. So that's how we talk to each other. And that's how we talk to the dispatch. So when you call 911 and you say, I have an emergency, you tell them where you're at, they call me on this radio from the dispatch center, the 911 person does, and says, hey, Firefighter Pete, somebody needs you, this is where they're at. And that's how we find out. So we don't always wear our radios because the batteries would die and we keep them for calls. So we wear these little mini radios on our hip. So this will go off. In fact, I can even demonstrate that.
61 Pro Med. 60
Ah,
PR.
I want the bugs there. Ah.
Test only for fire prevention. Yeah, test only for fire prevention. So, that right there is what my wife absolutely dislikes about me being a firefighter. Because that goes off at 3 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes I don't hear it, and sometimes she does and goes, hey, either shut it off or go on a call or whatever. So that's how they notify the firefighters that there's a problem. And they give us the information, then we go to the station, we get the trucks, and then we go out to the call and we help. So, but the new radio system we have allows me as a chief to be able to use my radio to set off my pagers. So I don't have to bother dispatch and say, hey, I need more help. I can just set everybody's pagers off and go, hey, come to this scene, I need more manpower, or hey, we need this truck or whatever. So, all right. Any other questions?
Yeah.